Hello and welcome back to the Football Rundown. Stockport County, deadline day. They've made business on deadline day. They've brought in a player on loan till the end of the season. Another loan deal in January, of course, following Rico Richards and Reece Bennett, who, of course, have already joined on loan in January till the end of the season. Of course, Ethan Bristow as well. I always seem to forget about him. Exceptional when I saw him against Walsall. Obviously a few weeks ago now. Heard he had a very good game as well last weekend. So there's 3 loan deals brought in, and now it's a 4th added to the list on deadline day. Of course, Odin Bailey signed on a permanent deal as well from Salford in mid-January, and it looks like Stockport County's business will be done for the season here. I can't see too much more happening now. I was surprised we did any business on deadline day, to be honest, but I think it's business that needed to be done, obviously, with the injury to Noyle, where he will be out for some time. You'd think, I can't see him coming back to till probably next season now. So that is the position we've covered. We covered a right back position. Obviously, we know that Salvam Hales will occupy that position whenever he's fit, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he will be fit for every single game. But you just never know, and obviously we need to have covering that position. Rotation may be important at times, and that's what we've done. We've filled the gap here with this signing. We brought in Lewis Case on loan from Port Vale. Stockport County's statement then, it reads, "Welcome to County, Lewis Case. We are pleased to announce the signing of the Port Vale defender on loan for the remainder of the season. Lewis will again link up with Dave Challinor, having won promotion under the gaffer at Hartlepool." So he's a right back, Lewis Case. I'm not sure he's going to entertain us, but he is coming in from Port Vale, which, funnily enough, have been linked with a takeover by Robbie Williams. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But on loan until the end of the season at Stockport County, worked with the manager before. I think that's going to be vital. Obviously, we're not expecting to have too many minutes. Obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, Salvam Hales will be fit more, 9 times out of 10. So it's that 1 time out of 10 maybe when Case will have to come in and cover that position, and I'm sure he will be up to the standard that the manager will expect. Having worked with him before, he's opted to bring him back into one of his squads again. That says a lot about this player's character, this player's personality. He's clearly a player that Dave Chandler trusts, feels he can rely on to bring in to cover a very important position by Salvam Hales should we need to bring him in. So I think it's a good deal. I think it's a deadline day. Usually it's about filling them gaps in the squad that seem to be there. And I'm happy with what we've done in the window, to be honest. We haven't gone out and spent ridiculous money. We've been quite sensible. We brought Odin Bailey in on a permanent because his performances have been very, very good for the first half of the season, and we needed to make sure we secured him on a permanent basis, so that's what we did. So I think that was a good deal. But I think the other deals, loan deals, Rico Richards, Ethan Bristow, Reece Bennett, and this signing as well on loan until the end of the season, they're all deals that needed to be done. And I think that hopefully they'll get be the players that help us get over the line and obviously try and seal up the title, which I've said about a week or so ago now. I think the title has to be demanded by County fans. I'm not saying that we'd be fuming if we only finished second or third, but the title's definitely got to be objective. And as I say, and I've said it before, to be top of the table for as long as we've been this season, you've got to win the title. Really, that has to be the aim. And I'm sure players like this will come in. And that's what they'll want to come in and do. They'll see Stockport County, the opportunity to join them in the January transfer window. They'll see this as a team that can go places, can fight for the title, potentially try and play their way into, maybe being bought by the club and hopefully playing in League One next season. And that's what I think Stockport County will be doing next season. Whether or not we are able to look at, maybe bringing in some of these players we've had on loan on a permanent basis, it depends on their performances in the second half of the season, obviously, as well as depend on the whether or not you can reach an agreement with the parent club. But at the moment, we brought in some good young players on loan, with, of course, Odin Bailey on a permanent as well. I'm excited for the second half of the season. Like I say, I think the business we've done has been sensible. We haven't gone overkill. Obviously, we've been aware we were in a difficult position, but we knew we'd been in a difficult position because of so many players that have been out injured, and obviously those players are starting to come back. And of course, Salvam Hales was one of them that was back in the starting lineup at the weekend. So I'm excited to see where this County squad can go. I think we made some good, astute acquisitions, I suppose, loan deals in January, and I'm generally very, very happy with the business we've done in January. I can't see too much more happening now in the last few hours. I want to get people's thoughts though. Are you happy with the business that Stockport County have done in the January transfer window? Would you have liked to have seen more, and maybe you would like to have seen more players leave the football club in January? But I want to get people's thoughts. How has the January transfer window gone in your opinion? rate it out of 10. I'm going to say a solid 8 or 9 out of 10, to be honest. I want to get your thoughts though. Are you happy with the transfer window, and how much do you think these players coming in on loan can help in terms of squad depth for the second half of the season? So I want to get everyone's thoughts on this in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, as always. Thanks for following the channel.